As I've said many times to you guys, August, September, those are the hottest months in Southern California, where temperatures were between 80 to 105 degrees during the day. So this is why I think it is scientifically impossible that that body was received partially frozen and that all the parts were partially frozen uniformly. First, a body does not thaw evenly, especially one that is dismembered. So a head, arms, the extremities would thaw faster. The torso would take a bit longer. So at room temperature, limbs would thaw fully between 2 and 12 hours. And even the torso would thaw in under 24 hours. That is at room temperature. And for those who are disagreeing that she wasn't dismembered, a intact body would take between 24 and 48 hours to thaw completely at room temperature. It is impossible for all of the parts to be somewhat thawed all at the same time. Some speculate that the car was dropped off at its final place, which is about 200 feet away from David's rented mansion, and that it was moved there on July 29th and never touched again until it was towed, and it was believed that her body was inside of that car. So we know at least from that point on, if you believe that time frame, July 29th. If you don't, then we know that she was at least in there when the Tesla was first marked by parking enforcement on August 27th. So we knew the car had been there for at least several days before that because they marked it and have a certain protocol that they have to go to before they tow it. It was ticketed on September 3rd and then it was towed on September 5th. The body was then found after a foul stench was reported from the tow yard on September 8th. So that is at least 11 days that that body was inside of the frunk. And we know again, the medical examiner had reported that it had been weeks that the body had been decomposing in that Tesla and arrived in a severe state of decomposition. So in a car where it gets up to 105 degrees outside, can be anywhere from 120 to 140 degrees. A whole body would take between 3 and 8 hours in that type of heat environment, and a dismembered body would take between 30 minutes and 4 hours to fully thaw and then begin decomposing. There's just no way that when the medical examiner received that body that all the parts or even a portion of any of the parts were frozen. But absolutely a frozen body that not only thaws but is heated to that extent makes the decomposition even worse and the autopsy even more challenging. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that her body arrived partially frozen? I want to hear your thoughts and feelings, so please drop a comment below. Be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube at Phoenix Rising Justice.